From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar where everybody's welcome to take a seat, have a beverage, and tell their story. Brought to you by our good friends at Dasher and at YOLO Rum. We're going to talk a little IT, a little healthcare, maybe even a little martial arts. Let's get into it and welcome into the panel. Mark Aston is here from STEP. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Well, doing great.
Great to have you. Tell us about STEP and what you guys are doing, please.
Sure. So STEP is an acronym. It stands for Strategy, Technology, Engineering, and Peace of Mind. So we are an IT integrator. So we are the company that can come out and deploy your software, your hardware, and provide resident engineers.
What kind of companies are we talking about? Middle market?
We do a lot of
business or a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything, but we really are more in the mid-enterprise to enterprise. We do a lot in the government space. We have a lot of the agencies, if you will, out in Tallahassee that are customers.
Cool.
But really across the board, but really probably mid-enterprise and up in government.
Keep hearing about security in that IT world, man. That's got to be a constant battle.
It's 100% a constant battle.
Hackers are losers.
They are losers, yeah.
Get a life.
Get a life. Well, you got to understand that, people, why do they want to do that? It's a business. It's a straight up business for the folks on the other side of the computer, if you will. So, and they make a lot of money. I mean, it's, billions of dollar industry. So, yes, you have to be vigilant. You have to have the right tools. But the big part, you can spend $1 million on software and hardware and still be hacked because it wasn't properly deployed. And that's where we have very smart engineers. We've got a history and a lot of recommendations around making sure that equipment is installed correctly and keeping you protected.
Great to have you on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Michelle Steeghs is back. How are you?
Hey, I'm
Welcome
great.
back.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you
in that
so much.
healthcare world, aren't you?
Sure am.
Tell us about what the latest is. What's going on?
There is so much going on. A lot of emerging trends right now in healthcare. But our company, Risk Strategies Consulting, we are a distinct entity within a larger parent company called Accession Risk Management Group. And we are focused exclusively on healthcare administration consulting. And we have several client types. The first that comes to mind are the large plan sponsors, the national employer groups who are looking to optimize their medical and pharmacy and dental and vision benefit plans for their employees.
Interesting.
We also work with all the major health plan carriers, all the ones that pop to mind when you think of health plans. We also work with provider groups who are looking to position themselves with their business model and their pricing models and to really be attractive for other types of healthcare stakeholders.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we also work with government entities, large entities, to help them with data cleansing, data analytics, and those types of services.
A lot of red tape, it seems like. Is that what we're dealing with? In a nutshell, you're handling all the red tape, basically.
Yeah, especially with our auditing work, right, which is one of the most important components of our firm as well. So looking at that end-to-end, how does that revenue cycle, claim cycle flow through between all the stakeholders? And there are many in healthcare. You've got your health systems, you've got your carrier, you've got your TPAs, you've got your PBMs, and the patient, of course, the most important part. So really helping to streamline that and help them, our clients, find opportunities to improve the flow of that information so that it's more efficient and less abrasive for providers and patients.
Makes a lot of sense. I feel safe as a bartender after hearing all that. This is nice. Great to have you back on the show. Ali Khakpour is here. How are you, my friend?
Doing well. How are you?
Tell us your company name, please.
Second Sight Consulting.
Okay, and tell us what you guys you're up to. You're in the healthcare world as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was born during COVID, like a lot of businesses were. I wanted to turn my vocation my vocation to my ministry. And my goal was to help private practices remain private. I have nothing against large groups. They're fantastic. We work with them. But the average Joe who wants to open his own business and keep that going, that's who I want to speak to. And my clients become like family. So they'll come to me and say, hey, I want to open my practice, or I want to figure out how to grow or move into a different area. And so I'm surrounded by a large team of just experts, way smarter than me, Cool. And I just tap on them. I say, all right, how do we help them in the billing revenue cycle, as you mentioned? How do we help them with scheduling? How do we get patients through the door?
Right.
So,
all in the healthcare world, or a little bit more than healthcare?
All in the healthcare world. I've also worked on some political campaign work and on some legal consulting and a little bit of government work. That was a lot of fun. Sending doctors overseas to do some kind of government mission work, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
It's amazing what kind of opportunities have fallen at my door. I'd say yes, and I'm open to it.
Good.
As long as you're a good person, I'll work with you.
Yeah, good. Great to have you. You have a martial arts background.
Absolutely.
Taekwondo.
Yes, sir.
You had your dojo for 20 years. Do you still have it?
No, I don't have it any longer. It's been converted into a jiu-jitsu school. It's being run by a fantastic instructor.
Cool.
And I'm just happy to see it continue on. But I had to make a change when my kids got a little bit older.
There you go. Great. Well, good for you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Before we go, question for the panel. Just ask you real quick. All the same question. Big news. Stadium deal is going to be at least. Looks like agreed upon, the parameters, if you will. Tuesday they're going to announce it. How do you feel about that? I'll start with you, Allie. Like, is it whatever it takes? Is it, well, I want to see how they put it together? How are we going to borrow that money? What's it? Who are we taxing? Or however that works out. I don't know how it's going to work out. But what's your thoughts on it?
I'm not an expert in stadium building or renovation at all.
Right.
But for me, any progress in Jacksonville, because I love this place, I want to see that progress. As long as conversation keeps moving forward, I feel like we have the right minds in place to watch a budget and do the things they need to do. I just hope greed stays out of it.
There you go. What would you say?
Well, I'm not a consultant on stadiums either. However, some of the principles that we apply here, and that would be that the idea is fantastic and exciting for our town, but we need to see the financials. We need to see the business plan. We need transparency. We need good communication so that it's really clear. We see how the money is going to flow, how it's going to benefit, what are the key value prop that they're promoting. We know what the most obvious value prop is around energy for the city.
Sure.
But we need to really see the financials, and we need to encourage open communication.
That's fair. I don't know if they'll do that, but
that's what we need to push for. We need to push for it, right? Yeah.
We'll see. How about, what do you say? And let me add on. Would you say, hey, no more games in London that takes a home game away? I mean, that might be something to throw in there.
Sure. Well, you asked a loaded question, and my family's been season ticket holders since day one. So, as I said earlier, there's only 32 cities that have an NFL team. We need to spend, I don't care what they cost, we need to spend it, we need to make it. If you've ever been to a preseason game in August, it needs a roof.
It does.
Jacksonville has come a long way in the last 20 years. I'd like to see it advance to that next level, and having the stadium and having a downtown destination, that's an issue as well, right? We need if I ran the world, there were some other things we would do there in downtown. We moved the shipyards up north, eminent domain, some of the Springfield area, and make it a much nicer place to be and spend time. Yeah, well, downtown right there's got to be invested in, and they're doing it. So it's going to be a great thing. Thank you all for being here. All the best.
Thank you.
Moving forward. All right, make sure you check out their great profiles in this conversation and so many others at the dailynewsnetwork.com website. Till next time, stay safe out there and be cool. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Even though we do have two different liquors, it's still one name. It's Yolo Rum, and at the end of the day, it's how you feel. And Yolo Rum, you only live once, and that's more prevalent. That's becoming more prevalent as far as the attitude and the mindset with how people live their lives. And it's not about how it used to be as far as people doing dumb stuff out here. It's more of they're understanding the value of their life. And if we can bring that presence of the meaning behind life and what it means to fulfill whatever you need to fulfill in your life that makes you feel enjoyable about what you're doing, that's what YOLO will bring out as well.